Alrighty, folks, you saw the title of the video today and you clicked on it because you want to see an updated breakdown of Tesla stock, which is exactly what we're going to do in this video. We're going to break down the charts, we're going to talk about what I'm looking to do, and maybe later in the video we'll break down the overall markets. But before we dive into that, if you have not gone up to 16 stocks yet for Moomoo, each up to $2,000, what are you waiting for? Use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Once you guys open up your account, you get one free share of stock right off the bat. Fund your account with at least $100 and you get 5 more stocks, totaling 6 stocks. And fund your account with at least $1,000, guys. You get 10 more stocks on top of the 5 stocks, on top of the 1 stock, totaling 16 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money, who doesn't like free money, and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. It is greatly appreciated, guys. Cheers. And now let's dive right into it. So check it out. What time is it? Around 11:30? Yeah, it's currently around 11:30 a.m. So we're about 2 hours into the session, and Tesla stock is up around 0.5%, nothing crazy, up a little bit over $1. And look at this, guys. On the intraday chart, we can see earlier in the day, Tesla stock hit around 212, 212.50, 213 roughly, and we've actually rallied quite nicely off that low. We're actually up around $6 off that low, or around 2.5%. So we're up more than the just $1.17 to be exact that we're seeing on the day. We're actually up more like $6 off the lows from earlier today, which, mind you guys, we did actually take the lows out from yesterday, which isn't the best sign for the bulls here. The fact that, again, we took those lows out yesterday. I think we bottomed at around 214.15, and again, we hit 212.50 earlier today. So that's not the best sign right off the bat for the bulls. But what is a good sign is the fact that, again, we're up $6 off that intraday low, and now we're breaking out of the moving averages, and we have a golden cross. Do you guys see that here? And mind you, right off the, right out of the gate, we saw stocks dump. Well, especially Tesla stock here. Tesla went from around 217 to about 212, like I said, and the fact that we held 212.50, rallied off that point, broke back over the moving averages. Now we have a golden cross. That is a good sign overall for the bulls. Now, pulling up the 5-day, 5-minute, you guys are going to see, wait a second, another good sign. What else is a good sign for the bulls? Well, this right here, guys, you can see now that we're moving past 218, now we're pushing 219, 220. We're also taking out the highs from not yesterday, but the trading day before, which was on Friday. You guys probably remember on Friday, we hit around 217. We actually double topped there, right around 217. And that is a point now that we're breaking again, which you guys, you can see here for yourselves. Tesla broke 217 yesterday as well. Actually, right out of the gate yesterday, we ran all the way from 217 to about 221. Then we consolidated around 217 for a little bit, not for the whole day, but up until around 1:30, 2 p.m. Then at 2 p.m. we hit 217, ran right through it down to about 214, and again, that's the low that we took out earlier today. So you guys can see Tesla's actually starting to reverse to the upside, at least in my opinion, the way that I'm seeing it right now. We're also breaking out of the moving averages on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, and again, now we're taking out the highs from, of course, earlier today, pre-market, and actually, now that I'm looking at this, in the pre-market, we hit around 218.50, so we're taking that high out as well, and again, taking out the highs from 2 trading days ago. This, to me, looks like, in the very short term, it could be going up to test, maybe 220, 221, maybe it ends up breaking out of that point. So let me actually set my alert now at 220. Let me do 2 alerts here. I'll do one at 300, or rather 220. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, guys. 220, mark is at or above, and I'll do another one at, let me do it at $222 per share. Mark is at or above. So if we take out the highs, around 220, 221, 222, that's where Tesla could really start to take off even more, in my opinion. And looking here at the 20-day chart, you guys can see with today's nice little pop, we're now getting buying right around the 50 SMA on this time frame, which is great. That's a good sign considering that's held over the past couple of weeks, pretty much over the past 3, almost 4 weeks at this point. We've held that 50 SMA, and it looks like it's doing that yet again right now. As again, let me zoom in. We're holding 213, 212, and we're popping now towards 220. Very good sign overall there for Tesla, for the bulls on the 1 hour chart. And if I pull up the 4 hour chart, guys, now you're going to see the moment of truth spot for the bulls, which actually, guys, now we're starting to take out that level. You guys can see back here, when was this? Back in February, early February, mid-February, late February as well. We hit around 215, 218, and we pretty much essentially triple topped at that point, or we had a head and shoulders, however you want to categorize it. But overall, 218.15, that was a big resistance back in February, and now that we're slowly starting to peak above 218, now we're pushing 219, maybe we start going 220. That to me shows that the bulls are slowly gaining an edge. And I mean, guys, the bulls have been gaining an edge over the past couple weeks. Now that we've been above the moving averages on the 4 hour chart for a couple weeks, we have a golden cross, but now they're really starting to turn momentum, especially if we do start to break 220, 225. I mean, look, guys, back in, let me see here, October heading into November, we were peaking at about 225, 230. So I'm telling you guys, even though you could argue it is a little bit overbought on the 4 hour chart here on the RSI, yes, it is, it is a little bit overbought, no doubt. We're a little bit stretched above the moving averages. You could argue that, but you could also argue that Tesla sometimes doesn't really abide by all the indicators, right? Sometimes it could be overbought and it still goes up even more, right? Sometimes it doesn't really matter. And I'd argue here that if we did break 220, 225, 230, we start taking the highs out from October as well. Let me set an alert there. There could be just a complete explosion coming from that point. We'll see. Of course, it's not guaranteed, but I would argue that, again, even though the indicators point maybe it's a little bit overbought, it needs to pull back a little bit, I'd argue that, hey, bulls could take it even higher, even though the indicators point to that. And you guys can see Tesla stock throughout the course pretty much of the entire year has not done anything. I mean, you guys can see that, right? We had a great month of January, no doubt. That's where all the gains came from for this year, heading into the early days of February. But since that point, we have not done anything. And you guys probably remember December was a bloodbath, and it pretty much, Tesla stock pretty much plummeted. It cut in half in December. Then we recovered all that loss pretty much in January. And you guys can see since the beginning of February, like I said, we've been flat, consolidating between 175 to 200, 215, 220. So is this finally the time now that Tesla's going to pick direction, start to break out and really gain bullish momentum? Or are we going to fail at 225 again, 220, maybe start going down 195, 200 flat before we maybe start to rally again? I don't know. That's the $1 million question, right, guys? That's kind of what I'm waiting for here on Tesla stock. So that's a quick little breakdown here on Tesla. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000, guys. All the details are linked down below. Don't forget to do that. Clock is ticking. And now let's quickly look at the overall markets, which honestly are not doing much except for the Russell. Holy crap. Talk about the Russell, guys. Up 2.7% right now, where we have the S&P pretty much at break even, up only 0.1. We have the NASDAQ at break even, more towards the red, down 0.05%. And we have the Dow down 0.08%, pretty much at break even, you could argue. So, yeah, everything's flat except for the Russell, which, again, you guys can see, unbelievable. It is up 2.7%, up around 50 points, and now it's actually breaking out to a multi-month high. You guys can see now we're pushing levels that we haven't been at since the beginning of March, so we're talking about 3 months ago, which is a really good sign for the bulls. You guys can see now we're taking out the 180 SMA. We're starting to break out of the neckline here of the head and shoulders, and to me, guys, yes, it is a little bit overbought, but who knows? Maybe momentum could take this, 1900, maybe past that point. And you guys can see now we're finally breaking into the mid 1800s. So let's see where momentum could take the Russell, and let's see the overall S&P. Let me pull the S&P up. S&P is kind of just consolidating here at around 425, 430, like it has been over the past 2.5 trading days. And Triple Q kind of is doing the same. You guys can see it's been consolidating for the past 1, 2 heading into today, 2.5 trading days. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Pretty interesting day so far today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. And guys, don't forget to get your free money up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000. Open up your account. You get 1 free share of stock right off the bat, and that's linked down below, by the way. Once you fund your account with at least $100, you get 5 more stocks, and fund your account with at least $1,000, guys, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 16 free stocks. So if you want some free money and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below, or again, go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo, and feel free to check out the YouTube channel membership. All the details are linked down below. Same with the Patreon. They're essentially the same thing, so it's pretty much like what platform you like more, Patreon or YouTube. All the details are down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.